Alright, so here's my reviews and thoughts on Sonic Forces. I'm going to go straight to the point and say this game is not that good. Uh, the theme of this game in this review is the words disappointment, lifeless, clunky, janky. Let's start off with some positives. The story, at least, isn't convoluted. It's straight to the point. It's easy to follow. There's no army of aliens taking over, Eggman's trying to make a galactic carnival or anything like that, or Sonic turning into a werehog. It's a story that could have been really good. When this was announced, I know it wasn't going to be, but I was hoping it would be a Sega version of the Sonic Sat AM cartoon. I think that's a really good storyline to explore with. Obviously, they under-delivered on this, and I know a lot of people are upset and disappointed with the story. At least it doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the same time, it's not that cheesy. So on that point, I guess it's passable. It could have been a lot better, but I didn't expect it to be. The music, a lot of it's good, I guess. I do like the main theme. Was it Fister and the Bump? And the credits theme. There are some music that really gets annoying, especially replaying stages over and over. But for the most part, the music's okay. The 2D Sonic music, a lot of it's horrible. It sounds like the Sonic the Hedgehog 4, 1 and 2 music, and I know a lot of people hate that. But basically, that's a big theme with this game and this review in general is, it's whatever. It's fine. Just imagine Seinfeld, you got George asking Jerry, well, what'd you think of the game? What'd you think of Sonic Forces? And then Jerry's like, it's fine. Like, well, what do you mean it's fine? What'd you think of the controls, the story? Tell me. It's fine. I just think it's fine. That's really it. Like, it's not a broken piece of mess, but it's not a good game. And at least the good thing about this game is, like, it's not broken. But do you really want a game that's just okay? Especially coming from Generations, which was a really good, fun to play game, highly polished. This looks like it was going to be Generations 2. And even if it was Generations 2, that would have been good. What happened? What happened to the tight controls of 2D Sonic? What happened to the fast pace shenanigans and all that stuff? The whole game just feels artificial. It feels like it was made by a robot. It just feels lifeless, and there's still some issues with the controls and physics and stuff. I don't know what the hell is up with 2D Sonic or Sonic in general. I think the 3D sections play a lot better. They're a lot more fun to play. But just something about the whole game just feels loose and janky. This game expects you to do certain things because it's automated, but you'd think it would do a better job of automating you to wherever it is you need to be. And a lot of times it doesn't do that. You fall off a lot of times. Sometimes you don't make a jump, or you just don't land where you're supposed to land. And especially with the 2D sections, I feel like I have to be playing very carefully not to fall. Like, I'm scared of falling off in this game because it happens way too easily. And that's also another issue where the camera doesn't work that well for some of the stages, where like it moves in the middle of a jump and it just disorients you, especially in the 2D sections where the camera is sometimes zoomed out. You can hardly see your character. The background design, it just blends too much with the foreground. Like, I think they should have done a better job of making sure the background doesn't blend with the foreground, because that makes it even harder to see your character. And a lot of times you just lose where your character is and you die or get hit because for half a second you don't know where you went. Maybe you start off at the right side of the stage and then you jump and then the camera shifts and suddenly you're at the left and then where the hell am I? I had a lot of times where that happened. And the game can be fun. I'm not saying it's a complete piece of garbage. And I did have fun with the game, especially after I beat it, getting the red rings. But do you really want a game that's okay? I mean, maybe that might be okay for a lot of Sonic fans because they're used to a lot of this garbage, but somebody who is spending their hard-earned cash, they want a good game. They want something they can keep playing and replaying for a while, and this is just like it's like going to a restaurant, ordering something you think is gonna be really good. It's a little bit expensive, and it ends up being underwhelming. That's what this game is. It's underwhelming. It leaves you with an empty feeling. Might be giving you a little bit of diarrhea, but you don't feel satisfied. And that's really it with this game. It's just passable. It's mediocre. It's whatever. Sonic's on his deathbed right now. He's in a coma, and you know there was a little hope of him getting up. There was a little hope of him coming out of his coma, and that was Sonic Mania. And then suddenly he goes back into his coma. There's no hope. That's Sonic Forces. So yeah, I don't think I know what else to say besides it being whatever. It had a huge potential, and at least I do like the avatar customization. There's a, you can't change his body shape and size and all that stuff, but at least there's a lot of parts and stuff you can put on your character. It just seems like a huge waste of potential, especially with the story and the gameplay. And I feel like some of the secret levels in this game are a lot better than the main levels because it feels like there's a theme to them. I mean, they're still very short. The game's very short, but it feels like there's maybe a bit of intentional design that went into it compared to the main levels. But again, supposedly this game was in development for 4 years. You had the building blocks from Generations. And I know this game used a lot of assets from Generations and even Sonic Lost World. There's that worm from the sand level and the bumpers are the same. There's no excuse for this game to be as whatever as it is. If they really did have these 4 years, it wasn't spent on the graphics, or at least most of it. It wasn't spent on a lot of this stuff on the engine. It should have went to refining the controls and refining the level design, but they didn't. And I almost feel like this was intentional. I feel like Sonic Team is intentionally, because if you look at the credits, there's hardly anybody that worked on this game. It's like one programmer that I saw that I remember, and maybe like 2 animators and stuff. Most of the people that worked on this game worked on the music or the marketing, sales, all that other stuff. But there's hardly anybody that worked on the game itself, and I feel like they're doing this on purpose. They're trying to spend as little money as possible because they know this game is going to sell. And they're just trying to make maximum profits because they know the kiddies are gonna, oh look, you can make an original character. Sonic's in it, 2D Sonic's in it. All the kids are gonna love it. That's really a problem that we need to stop. We can't have Sega to continue doing this, pumping out mediocre games just because they know they can get away with it and make money off of it. I mean, this was a mascot rival to Sonic in the 90s. Like, him and Mario used to be the top banana, and Mario still is. Nintendo keeps pumping out, consistently good games, but look what happened to Sonic. Is this really the game you want? You just really want an okay game? When we had good games such as the 2D games and maybe to an extent adventure, besides the controls, it was still a good game. So I had fun with it, but it feels like as more games come out, I feel like they're just doing the minimum effort to just make a game that's not gonna cost them a lot of money and still gonna make them money. So that's basically it. It's just a mediocre game, but I want people to post in the comments what they think about this game, because I know from reading Amazon reviews and stuff, it still seems like there's people that still enjoy this game, and I'm not saying you can't enjoy it. I know myself, I've enjoyed a lot of games that weren't very good, and I still had fun with them. And at the end of the day, your opinion is still yours, but I want to know what a lot of people think. So post in the comments what you think about this game. Do you agree with me or not? That's basically it. I'll see you guys later.